function feature to know.
Okay.
And of course, you can have text wrap around that image if you want by changing text wrapping, by right-clicking and changing text wrapping. But we're not going to worry about that right now.
Because we don't have any text.
Because we don't have
We
any
could
text.
we could steal some text from somewhere.
Okay, so let's just forget about Word. Let's close Word down. Don't need to save this. So we can close all of your Word documents that you might have open. No need to save.
So close all these now?
Now, how do you close all? You've got 4 Word documents. How do you close all of them at once?
I don't know. I just go to the
Okay.
bottom and
You can go to the bottom and right-click.
Oh.
Yeah, right-click there, and you can say Close all windows.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And when it flashes, it means it needs your attention. Whenever you see an orange flashing, it probably needs your attention because there's one document you haven't saved.
Oh. You want to save changes in each document one?
So what do we do when it's
Say don't
flashing?
save. Yeah, if you want to close both of those at once, you would right-click there.
Yeah, I did do that.
Oh, okay,
but
good.
now
If
this
it's
is
flashing, it
not-
means pay attention. There's something needs your attention. So click on it. Which one's flashing? That one.
this.
Yeah, it says, do you want to save it? So you,
Oh,
yeah, you can hit save.
okay.
With that, okay, you can hit save.
With that,
Yeah, this has a name, many names.
computer essential, okay.
There. So now let's open Chrome. Let's go back to Chrome.
How do we know that it's, like, it says Google, but it doesn't say Chrome? Like it says, how do we
Well,
know
that's
it's-
called Chrome. That symbol is called Chrome.
Oh, okay.
So how does a search engine work? Well, most people have used a search engine. They type words in or something like that.
Right.
But let's say you wanted to buy, you were feeling crazy, you wanted to buy a motorcycle.
Ooh.
So type the word motorcycle in and press enter and we'll see what comes up.
Motorcycle superstore.
Yeah. So notice it brings up a little map showing you where you can get motorcycles in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let's say you don't care about Honda and you don't want a Honda motorcycle. So how would you do a search to make sure that Honda doesn't come up in the search?
Oh,
Has anybody ever done that?
no.
Okay, so then next to motorcycle, you're going to hit space right in your search there. Hit space and do minus Honda. No space after the minus.
Oh,
The
minus the
minus
sign or-
symbol.
simple.
It's a
Oh.
dash. It's also called a dash.
Minus.
Yeah, a dash.
Dash.
And
Like
do-
Honda
Dash
or-
motorcycle, no space after the dash.
Dash Honda.
And then and do you put minus Honda, all this one word?
No, minus is a dash.
Oh,
Can I go
Oh,
motorcycles plus Honda, and it would only show me the Hondas?
so like that?
Um,
Motorcycle dash Honda?
no, that's different. But no space after the dash.
Okay.
But it shows the Hondas.
Get rid of the space after the dash.
Look, it shows that now it shows this.
Okay, look at your search up at the top. Motorcycle minus Honda. Okay,
How
so
do you know those are Hondas?
click on web. Here, just do this. Okay. Now scroll down. Okay, so this is where your search starts here.
Oh,
this
this
is
is-
advertising. Ignore advertising.
And
Nah.
these are actually
You need to put an ad blocker on.
Yamahas.
Now we get the, okay, now look.
So if you don't like, now you won't get Hondas in the search. This is where search starts right here.
Yeah, okay.
So you're not going to get any Hondas. But say minus Harley now.
But mine
After that.
Mine brought up.
You're still looking at ads.
Oh.
This is where it starts searching because you got to get
Oh.
past it. Always
Oh,
get
okay.
past the ads.
Okay.
Never click on ads unless you want to support those advertisers.
okay. So, and how do you know they're ads?
So you're going to have
Like small-
motorcycle space minus Honda and space minus Harley. So what that does is it makes sure that you don't have to look at Hondas or Harleys when you're looking for motorcycles. But that works for many things.
Oh, okay, well that's
Could I
good.
go plus something if I wanted only Honda?
If you wanted only Honda, then you have to put Honda in quotes because it forces it to find Honda. But
So you go motorcycle,
But we're not gonna do that.
quotes, Honda? Like you do quotes, quotation, Honda in quotations, you go motorcycle.
well, the best thing you can do here to enunciate Honda is to have it in quotes,
Okay.
because quotes means definitely give me this.
Okay.
Like no matter what, give me that. It has to be there. So you're forcing it to match that exactly. So any search after the ads will have that word in it absolutely,
Oh,
Okay.
because you put it in quotes.
okay.
Now, like there's also choppers and there's also different types of bikes. There's scooters. So if you wanted not just motorcycles, but you wanted things that were similar to motorcycles and all the synonyms of that word, which is motorcycles, you have to put a tilde in front of it. Do tilde? Tilde is the wavy line.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Tilde is on the top left of your keyboard. It's the shift. It's the.
Oh,
This is tilde, the wavy line here. Tilde.
Never used.
Tilde is what you use. It means approximately equal to. So if you put a tilde right in front of the word motorcycle, no space,
Oh, right in front. Okay.
yeah, then it's not just looking for motorcycles. It looks for everything that's a synonym to that word. So a synonym to motorcycle, you know, or things that are similar to that, it'll find those as well. So yeah, so Rhea, we put a tilde in front of the word motorcycle.
Oh,
in
front.
front.
Yeah, it has to go in front. Just like the.
Yeah,
I have it
dyslexia.
behind too.
So yeah, go ahead and put a tilde in front. So you're going to tilde motorcycle means that it's not just looking for motorcycles.
Okay.
It's going to look for things that are
Adventure?
similar. So
Oh, and everything after that. Okay, there's a line.
so and we keep looking. It's only showing that many.
Turbo campground.
But if I keep going next to the next page, scooters. So it's even including scooters
Okay.
because they're similar to motorcycles. That's it wouldn't have given you scooters if you didn't have that tilde in front. So there are a lot of situations where you need to do that. Now let's say you're looking for a quote. What's a famous quote?
To be or not to be?
Yeah. Now if you type to be or not to be, the way that let's erase whatever's in there. If we wrote to be or not to be, then we're going to get a lot of websites come up that don't match that exactly. Let's see, so a lot of the search results, how many search results did it say it found? 8
Oh,
billion?
Where does it tell you how many?
It always says right
Oh,
there.
yeah, right there. Oh, okay.
So 8 billion
Oh,
to be or not to be. So now put to be or not to be in quotes.
Okay.
And you have to put it, yeah, you have to put it in quotes. Because quotes means match that exactly verbatim, right? So
Where does it say there?
put it in quotes.
No, but where did it say how many? Oh, down.
oh, right
here.
at the top.
Oh yeah, it always says,
And now we put it in quotes.
yeah, now put it in quotes. Because you want it to match exactly. You have to know quotes when you're using Google if you're going to do research, because otherwise you get too much junk. This means match that exactly. So now how many search results?
23 mil.
Yeah, so it went-
billion, 100.
So it went from 8 billion to 23 million because we wanted quotes. Now, so to be or not to be is in quotes. That means match exactly. So that's an important thing to understand with your web browser. So it's search engines, all search engines have those functions where you can minus something. Now there's a lot of cases where you need to subtract something out of the search because you can't find what you're looking for because some annoying thing keeps coming up that has the same name as what you're looking for.
Okay.
For example, like if I'm looking for coffee, like Java coffee, if I type Java, then I don't get coffee, I get all this programming stuff.
Oh.
So you could say minus programming and minus computers. Then you're forcing it to give you actual Java coffee because you eliminated computers and programming from the search results. Because usually when people say Java, they're talking about computer programming.
Oh, okay. What if you put Java coffee in quotes?
Well, that would be helpful,
Yeah.
But that means that people who have Java and they didn't happen to write coffee after it, it won't come up in the search results.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
what's this thing called again? This
That's
photo?
called tilde.
Okay, tilde.
So tilde means similar to. So as long as you put a tilde in front of a word, it matches the synonyms to the word as well as the word. So if there's something you're searching for, you can't quite think of the name, but you know what it's similar to, you would put a tilde in front of it.
Oh, okay.
You want ecologically friendly shoes, you could put tilde in front of ecologically, because then organic shoes would show up as well,
Okay.
because it's similar. That makes sense? So, now type the word corn just by itself in the search and see what happens.
So if we want to erase that as quickly as possible, what's the fastest way?
Well, you remember how when you
Oh,
you
okay.
click,
Triple
then you can do
click.
backspace, triple click and then backspace. But I actually do it a lot faster than that. So if I have some words up here, guys,
Yeah.
I always say shift and then home. I always do shift home and backspace, shift home backspace.
Oh.
Because really that's two steps.
Okay, just come backspace.
So
okay, and the word's corn.
yeah, now type in corn and now make sure it's an image search. So click on images.
Look at when I type in corn, look at it's actually corner gas movie is
Well, we'll just keep finishing typing corn.
I have C-O-R-N.
Well, you're choosing something else other than corn because you're clicking down there.
Oh, is that way?
Yeah. So just type corn and press enter. And now you were getting distracted by these other things.
Yeah. Okay.
So click on images.
Okay. Images.
Now you notice how there's search tools
Yes.
right at the top? Click on search tools once you click on images. Now search tools means that you can choose the type of image you're looking for. One of the most annoying things about using image search is that many of the images are too low quality. So you always have to choose large. Like if you're ever using an image for something, you always have to go large, size large, because otherwise you get pixelated, horrible images. So now you know for sure that all the images are good quality.
Oh.
Now, the other type of search I want you to find is I want you to find purple corn, so I want you to choose the color purple as in the search tools. Click where it says color.
Shift home delete. Is
Oh,
that
no.
okay?
Right here where it says color, you're going
Oh.
to choose purple.
Oh.
Yeah.
Purple corn, look at this.
It's like,
Ew.
purple corn is apparently the healthiest corn, right?
Really?
Yeah, because it's got the highest amount of minerals.
Wow. I've never
The
had
darker,
purple
the darker the
corn.
better.
Okay, the darker the better. Choose black corn.
Oh,
But
okay.
you see how that works, right? So not only is it a high quality image, you can also choose quality. See, there's black corn.
Oh my god, this is a snake.
I know. What's a snake doing
It's
in
probably
there?
a corn snake.
Yeah, maybe it's a corn snake. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not. They're
No,
So you could do a minus snake on that. If you don't want to see snake.
Oh.
So, have you guys ever seen black corn?
Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
but I got
me
blue
too.
corn chips.
it's healthy.
Where do you find it?
They have it in the stores.
Yeah, they have it at co-op sometimes.
I've never seen black corn.
And they got corn of every color. You got like
Oh.
orange corn and, orange, blue, purple.
Does it taste
Yellow.
different than the yellow?
Yeah.
It does, eh?
Yeah. But then there's also, there's multicolored corn. You guys seen multicolored corn?
No.
Yes,
Back in Ontario, everybody had multicolored corn and their decorations on their houses.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
it's.
Well, but you can also buy it to eat.
Yeah, you could. They call it ornamental. Type the word ornamental next to corn and
Don't they call it, like,
take off the colors.
Yeah,
It didn't
corn
take
or
my
something.
snakes off.
You type snack.
Snake, oh.
What are we supposed to put in ornamental?
SNAKE.
Snack?
No. Keep corn.
Oh.
So keep corn and type ornamental now. So
Okay.
corn ornamental. Yeah. Okay. But it's still looking.
Oh.
It's okay.
I didn't put the
So-
R. You say I do know. Okay, maybe I didn't know. how
So
to spell
let's
it.
get the
Oh, it
blue.
spelt it
Any
for
color.
me.
Yes. So we go any color. So ornamental corn.
Hey.
I'm just gonna wait for it to slow. But make sure you're not choosing a color when you type ornamental.
Oh, this looks nice.
Yeah.
That is really, oh, there we go.
Yeah, so there you have ornamental corn.
Mine sure didn't come up
Beautiful.
like very many. Like,
Go back up.
Well, that's
You
good to
didn't
know.
spell it
I
right, so
never
there's the correct spelling.
knew how to,
Oh.
look
Oh,
something
that's
up and
why.
then go onto images
Well,
or videos. You can,
I would
And then
never
we should
find
always go
anything in
and
that
make sure
search
it's on
engine.
large.
and
Always make sure it's large, otherwise you end up with
always
pixelated,
finds
horrible pictures.
everything in the
Okay.
first thing.
okay, now, police is seeking vandals that are shoot ornamental corn at people at cars.
How odd.
It's
No kidding.
silly. Kids.
So I'll tell you about other search engines. So
Yes.
Google's great for general things, but if you're doing some kind of research and you want to find really good quality articles and peer-reviewed journals and documents and papers and books and theses, that's where you would do Google Scholar. So just type Google Scholar to go, yeah, in a Google search, type Google Scholar.
So get out of here by just, how would you get out of here?
Well, you don't have to go out, you can just go up to the top.
Just up to here?
Just scroll up. But you're gonna,
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
so if you
Oh,
typed
okay.
in
Oh.
Google Scholar and do it as a, yeah, type Google Scholar, and then you've got to go back to web search because you're still in images.
Okay.
SCHOLAR.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're still in images, so go back to web.
Yeah. And then you'll see the website.
Go out.
Oh, okay, so, do you always pick the top one?
Yeah, go back to web, the review.
Okay.
Well,
Or-
it's scholar.google.com, so yeah, that is Google Scholar. So that link will take you to Google Scholar.
Oh.
Oh, .ca or
Am I
dot?
there? Yeah.
You gotta click on, there's Google Scholar right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, you gotta, so the link is the blue area. Yeah. So Google Scholar is what you would search if you're, say you want to research a topic,
Yeah.
and you need to find like substantiated journals and real information and articles and books and university papers.
Oh.
You want the real deal, right? Because you're
Yeah.
doing a research project and you want to be able to quote it. So let's say you wanted to learn about something that's fringe. This is good for new science. Let's say somebody has a disease, you want to find all the cures. Like you could type in a cure for Lyme's disease, maybe, or you could type in epigenetics, something that's unique or something you want to research that you're very curious about that's hard to find, maybe.
Scott said on CBC radio this morning they've just come out with a pill that's gonna cure hepatitis C.
I have a friend that cured hepatitis C.
Wow.
He didn't use a pill though.
Yeah, but, okay, so we should just
It's,
type
it's
some-
like a parasite, hepatitis C.
Oh.
Kill
What
it.
did he use?
Well, he used a frequency generator. There's a specific frequency for hep C. This guy Rife figured that out. Royal Rife? You ever heard of him?
Who?
Royal Rife?
No.
Type in Royal Rife. ROYAL RIFF. RIFFE. ROYAL RIFFE. I think that's it. If it's not right, it'll fix it. Yeah, okay, RIFE. It says, did you mean RIFE? So click on that. So he's somebody who's made a machine that cures hep C.
Wow. Well, how come all the people that have hep C aren't doing it, using
It's
it?
probably expensive.
And maybe they don't, I've never even heard of
See, that's the
this.
problem. People just don't know.
Yeah,
They're
I
just,
never even
they're
heard of that.
completely.
The doctors don't know.
Well, that's the thing is the
what's going on.
doctors don't know
Yeah.
because they're just not. That's why internet is so good. I mean, they've established a cure for diabetes. This guy, famous guy, like 10 years ago, figured out a cure for diabetes. His name, Gabriel Cousins. Type in Gabriel Cousins.
Gabriel Cousins.
You know what he realized? Like he had 7 people with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. All of them cure their diabetes in 30 days.
What?
Gabriel Cousins.
Cousins.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. This isn't. I'm so into researching all this stuff. I'm a researcher. It's another part of what I do, right?
Oh, shoot.
Wow.
Cousins, that's how you write.
Yeah, Gabriel Cousins, and type in cure diabetes.
Okay. Gabriel Cousins.
Yeah, cure diabetes. No, I think maybe you would. It may not. Not everything's going to show up in Google Scholar.
The Tree of Life 21 day program.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But how would we know, oh, because it's got his name on here.
Yeah.
Cousins, okay.
But you see, this is where Google Scholar is really useful, is to find really solid documents on things that the doctors wouldn't tell you.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's amazing how many people, how empowering this is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of doctors now they're trained, by the time they graduate, all their stuff is like 10 years out of date. By the time they're actually a full doctor, everything's 20 years out of date.
Yeah.
And even when they were in school, they still weren't teaching, it was still 20 years out of
Yeah.
date. So they're 40 years out of date.
And then once they are done, they don't. They are busy with seeing patients, and they don't go
Yeah.
and get their newest findings.
Like now there's now learning about, like in major universities in the States, they're learning about epigenetics. And the whole model has shown that most of the things that we used to call hereditary are not hereditary at all. But yet they're still teaching as though that certain things are hereditary when they're not, because they've proven even when you adopt a child, they develop the same level of potential to have that disease. It has, because it's epigenetic, it has the lifestyle. They show epigenetics has a lot to do with behavior. And the way what genes are expressed are based on your behavioral patterns. This is epigenetics, it's amazing. We're so
The
plastic.
diabetes is, or what?
Oh, I don't know. That wouldn't be hereditary. Although people have said it's hereditary, but that would be wrong.
What's that? Osteoporosis?
Well, some people say, like, there's a lot of diseases they say are hereditary,
Yeah,
but the new model of epigenetics has proven that most of these are not hereditary.
it's lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle behavior. I mean, that seems kind of obvious.
In a way, maybe obvious. Both my grandparents on my dad's side had cancer, and so did my dad. They all died from it, and so I think,
Well, aren't 60% of people supposed to get cancer by the at this point?
I don't know. I just thought.
Well, we never had cancer in the family, and I believe I'm not one that will get it.
I
Yeah.
don't really believe in it,
Neither do I.
and I don't believe in a lot of other stuff either.
I don't believe in a lot. I'm very skeptical in the way that most skeptics are not.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical about the skeptics. I'm
Right.
skeptical that we're not infinite beings capable of anything. If somebody tells me otherwise, I'm very skeptical, because otherwise I believe we're capable of anything.
Yeah, I had a
That'd
teacher
be-
in school, in high school, and he said to me once, "You need to question everything, you know."
Yes,
Drives you crazy.
Mhm.
yes,
Oh,
exactly. Well, kids always questioning everything. What does that mean? Mommy, what's that?
no.
It's healthy to have
It's
that.
why.
What does it mean, Mommy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a bit about search engines.
Okay.
There's one other type of search, so this is called a Google Scholar. So that's what you would do if you're doing research. You could use Wikipedia too, but you're not allowed to use Wikipedia in school for quoting, because anybody can write those articles.
Oh,
But you are allowed to grab the articles at the bottom of the Wikipedia article that they were citing. You can always use those.
Okay, okay.
Like if you had to write a paper or do some research for somebody, and you needed to actually quote your references, you cannot use Wikipedia for a reference in school. You're not allowed to, or university. It's just a no-no.
Because anybody writes the article.
Oh yeah, people have written their own articles to cite their own. It happens all the time, right?
So okay, this is gonna seem weird, but like, okay, I guess if I wanted to go off here and find something else, I would,
There's another type of search engine called a directory. A directory is a kingdom. Directory. The purpose of a directory search engine is so that you can relate all levels of information to each other.
oh,
And I'll have to give you an example. So